There's another Twilight Zone episode. It's either the Twilight Zone or maybe it's Alfred Hitchcock. But there's this particular episode that reminded me of how God communicates with us through dreams or premonitions or visions. So in this particular Twilight Zone episode, I think it's called 22. So there's this lady, she's a actress or a singer. I think she has a nervous breakdown or she's hysterical or something happened to her. She's in the hospital recovering, and she keeps having this reoccurring dream every night where I think she hears a sound and she wakes up, she knocks over a glass of water, she gets on the elevator and goes down to the basement, and there's this room and it has number 22 above it, and a woman comes out and says, "Room for one more," and she screams and runs back to the elevator. So she has this dream several times. Once she gets out of the hospital, she's about to board this airplane. She's climbing up the stairs to the airplane, and then the airline stewardess looks just like the one in her dream, and she says the exact same thing, "Room for one more," and the woman screams. She runs down those stairs and she runs back into the airport, and so the plane takes off and then it crashes and bursts into flames. And that is one of the most scariest episodes that I've ever seen. So basically the dream that she kept having represented what was going to happen to her if she would have gotten on that plane. So like I said, that just reminds me of how God can speak to us in our dreams and let us know if something is amiss, if something is not right about a person or a place that you're going to. So I just thought that was amazing. So make sure you pay attention. I know I have said this in my other video, the one about discernment, but whatever God shows you in your dreams or visions, premonitions, whatever, make sure you pay attention to it because it could save your life. Okay, so I'm gonna share an example of something that happened to me many years ago when I was working at the community college that I mentioned in my other video, where I was working as a note taker for disabled students. So during that time, I wanted to go to this SWV concert. So that day I planned to get off work early and I was going to go home and rest, but I was planning to go. Later that evening, I noticed that my stomach was hurting and I wasn't feeling well. I decided not to go to the concert because I wasn't feeling well. But I also remembered, like a few days before, I had this vision. I think I was driving and this car came from my left. I thought it was about to hit me, but it looked like it was going towards the car in front of me. I believe that if I had have attended that SWV concert that night, an accident could have occurred and maybe it could have taken me out. I said I had a vision, so I'm going to try to explain to you what a vision is, or at least the kind that I have had. So from my experience, I define a vision as a quick flash of an image. So it can be a person, it can be a place, it could be anything, but it's like a quick image. It's like a movie is playing, but it's just real fast. It could just be a few seconds. Although I had the vision and it looked as if the car that was coming from my left was about to hit the car in front of me, I didn't really know what to make of it at the time. Maybe there would be an accident, but maybe I would witness an accident, not be involved in one. So, like I said, at the time, I didn't know what to make of the vision that I had. But I believe that was why I got sick, because if I had not have gotten sick, I would have tried to go. So I guess me getting sick was just a way to prevent me from going. So when I say I got sick, what happened was I think I had food poisoning. It was possibly from something that somebody made at work. And I can see why people, if you look online, you might see comments saying like, don't eat nothing at the potluck or nothing like that. And it must have been something from work, because I usually don't get sick from eating foods at a restaurant or any place. So anyway, that's just an example of how God can speak to us. And that Twilight Zone episode just reminded me of my own situation. So again, if God is showing you something, just make sure you pay attention to it.